another year, another month, another budget video. Compliments of the season, everyone. I know that I did not do a budget video for January, and it's because I have recorded it at the end of December and then posted it at the end of December. I didn't feel like doing it. You didn't probably want to watch a budget video like in December, so there's no January one. So to just give you a summarized version of January, I got paid earlier. This was the first time I got paid on the 18th of December rather than the end of December like I usually am scheduled for. And it just felt super weird. It just didn't feel right because for like 4 or 5 years I got paid like on the 28th. So it was kind of a weird thing. Spent a lot of money in December, and the reason why I spent such a lot of money is because I was so tired. I just did not want to cook. I didn't want to clean the dishes, so we ate a lot of takeout. I was off for 3 weeks, and of those 2 weeks out of the 3 weeks I was totally on my own. And so because I was so bored with myself, I ended up doing a lot of retail therapy, which was not the best thing to do, but it is what it is. I also did something and I dealt with the emotions. I'm actually embarrassed to say it, but I did use my credit card, and I don't know why I used it. I did. So the goalpost is pushed out a little bit, and you would think that this is the last date, Stephanie, the last date before you tackle courtly stuff. And what did I do? I messed it up. And look, I dwelled on it and I dealt with the emotions that I needed to deal with, and the only thing I can do now is move forward and learn from it and just get back on track. That's the best I can do right now. It's the February budget month, and there's a lot of changes happening with my budget, and I'm going to obviously tell you guys about it. So let's get started. So the number one thing that I'm changing is that our incomes are going to be 2019's income. Obviously I read a lot of books and articles as per usual, and a lot of these books say that if you can't even work with your money now, how can you work with your money when you get increases or you get a big income jump? And I thought it was really interesting because last year both Courtney and I received increases, and that increases was included into our monthly budget. And obviously some of the expenses did rise because we've got more money to play with, more money to spend. And so I was like, let me take it a step back for 2021. So for the income is now 2019's income and not 2020's income. And obviously the thing is that before our increases we still could work with the money. So why am I including the increases? You know, for the budget it's 2019's income, and I then put the difference. Obviously there's the difference. I put it to the side. I do make a note on the side of my Excel spreadsheet that this is the difference. For recurring expenses, so that's the first thing that we're doing. You went up significantly, like a whole 1,000 rand. Now Courtney used to work 7 kilometers away from home, but he got moved in October and it's about 14 kilometers away from home. When he moved in October, he was only there for 2 weeks. I didn't fully feel it, and then he went on leave for 3 weeks of November, and then he only went 1 week of November back to work. And December is where I felt the full effect of the distance. The fuel is an extra 500 rand, which is insane. Like honestly it's insane. And then the difference, the 400 rand, is that I have to Uber like to work on a Saturday. So either Courtney drops me and then he fetches me. No, he drops me and then I have to Uber back, or I Uber in the morning and he fetches me. Uber's already 100 rand from here to my work on a Saturday. So also water and electricity for January, or for the month of January, I sort of topped up water thrice and electricity thrice. And I don't know if it was because both Courtney and I were at home, or I can't really pinpoint it. It's something that I need to look at when I'm going into February's budget, because I cannot be topping up electricity and water thrice a month. That's like a no-no. So I'm gonna monitor it. Maybe it was because we were at home that we were, and also it was the festive season, so we were washing a lot of the stuff like the blankets and the curtains and all of that. So that could have been one reason. And then everything else is still the same. I'm also so happy that it's Courtney's last year of his phone contract, and I told him this is your last year, we are not upgrading, and if you want to upgrade from now on it's capped. But all the others have stayed the same. Groceries have kind of stayed the same. I'm trying to monitor it as best as I can. We all know what's happening with groceries, inflation, and it's always a struggle, but for now it's kind of been the same. My policies are all the same. I'm going to talk about what my plans are for 2021. So I'll talk about my retirement annuity and what I'm planning on doing with that. With the debt, all of Court's loans go off as per usual, but my credit card, it's the normal standard, and then I am adding as much money as I can, and then I'm hoping that that little bit of extra money and I put to the side is also going to go to that, because remember, now that I use my credit card, I have to like catch up with trying to get it to a point where it needs to be. For savings is going to be interesting. So I'm still looking for an account where I can keep my emergency fund in, because I want my emergency fund to gain interest on it. And I actually opened a Time Bank account when Time Bank opened, and I actually never used it. There's only like a 300 rand in there, and at the time the interest was 9%. For obvious reasons it's now at 6%, but I did open all of those goals. If you guys are not familiar with it, I will link below Time Bank and what the offerings are. I'm thinking maybe I'll put it there, but I don't trust them quite fully yet. We're thinking of getting a savings account with Courtney's bank account rather than with mine, because I've got multiple of it, and then putting it in there. But for now it's still laying in limbo. I also have my access fund, and also Courtney and I decided to do the 52-week savings challenge plan. If you guys are not familiar with it, I'll put it up here, and I will link below a blog post that sort of talks about it. We decided, you know what, let's try it out. So if you're not familiarized with it, it's you saving from the 1st of January. Every week you up it by 10 rand. So the first week is 10 rand, and the next week you save 20 rand, and the next week you save 30 rand. So instead of me doing it in that way, I then calculated how many weeks is there in a month, and then I calculated how much I would need to put away for that particular month. So for January I already saved my 150 rand, and then for this month it's 300 rand. So at the end of December it should be about 14,000 rand that you are saving. The first 6 months is okay in terms of me saving for it every month, but the last 6 months it's gonna be a little bit tricky. So it's gonna be interesting to see how far I get. But I'm hoping that I do stick to this thing, and that I do save that 14,000 rand, because I'm hoping that with that money that I can pay off a debt. I'm hoping by the time I get there my credit card is completely done, and then we can put that money towards Courtney's loans, which I will talk about those loans once we get there, like once I'm able to put the extra money in, you know. And then all my subscriptions are the same, and there are actually no extras. It was gonna be me going for my filling. I might still go for it, but we're waiting on Courtney's summons. Fun times. Courtney got a letter in the mail saying that he is going to court because he went like twice over the speed limit. So we are just waiting for his court date, and then we'll see how much this traffic fine is. At the moment there's no sort of extras, but I'm hoping that maybe I can do a filling. I do have a campaign in the works, but this is one thing: if the money is not in my account, don't even bother thinking about spending the money you don't have. That's one thing my mother taught me: don't spend money you don't have, even though it's sitting in limbo somewhere. But once, maybe if that campaign is done, then I can go and have my filling done, because it's not too expensive. I think it's 300 or 350. But yeah, that's probably the only extra thing I can think of in terms of like stuff. But I thought I'd talk to you guys just a little bit about what my plans are in terms of finances for 2021. So first and foremost, that I am upping my retirement annuity, and the reason for this is that I do have this increase. So you guys now put now on the side, this is the difference from 2019 and 2020. With that, I want to up my retirement annuity. Now the plan was I was going to actually change my RA to a different firm, but I spoke to quite a bit of people and did a little bit of research, and it's not worth it because there are such a lot of penalties involved, and I don't have time for that. So I'm with Old Mutual, and Old Mutual, funny enough, has 4 different retirement annuity plans. I'm on the lowest one at the moment, because when I took it out I was so deep in debt that I could only take the cheapest one, and it does increase every year. So my goal is to I actually have all the info. I just need to sit down and research which of the 4 is best for me. Obviously I want to go up, I want to gain more interest on my retirement annuity, but I also need to put in more money in order to gain more money. I also need to get medical aid. It's so funny, my husband has medical aid but I don't have medical aid, so I need to get medical aid, but I can only get medical aid once I get my ID, and I don't have my new ID with my new surname. Home Affairs is only doing new IDs for matrics at the moment, so until that process is up and running again, then I can get my ID, get my medical aid and have that sorted, because I need to get that sorted out. At the moment I don't want to take too much financial stuff on, because as much as I'm excited about what 2021 holds, I want to do it bit by bit. So my RA for one, and then the medical aid, and then at some point once I'm done with my credit card, I can still start working towards other things. So for now, that's kind of the plan and what my year looks like. Let me know how far you got with your debt or anything like that, and I will see you in my next budget video. Bye guys.